What's up, people? Welcome to the channel. Well, I'm gonna take a photograph, okay, a portrait photograph or something, and I'm going to what do frequency separation with it. So yeah, you know, no need to talk too much. We just let's get to it.
Where my swag homies at? Forever music.
I've been saved with amazing ways, what you gon' do? I've been saved with amazing ways, what you gon' do? What you gon' do? What you gon' do? I've been saved with amazing ways, what you gon' do? I've been saved with amazing ways, what you gon' do?
Right into our Photoshop. Let's go right into our Photoshop and let's get to it. Let's get to it. So let me go to the picture that I'm going to use. It's a raw picture. Okay, raw picture. So I'm going to do some few tweaks in Camera Raw, do some color balancing. After the color balance, give it a bit contrast and come back to Photoshop. So I'll go into Camera Raw, come back to Photoshop, and then we do the frequency separation. So let's see. Okay, so there are a lot, as you can see, there are a lot of pictures over here. I'm going to take this one. Okay, I'm going to take this. You can see this picture, that is what I'm going to use. So I'm sending it to the Photoshop. Okay, yeah, in the Photoshop right now, sending it sending it into the Photoshop. Okay, so right, we are in Photoshop. Okay, we're in Photoshop. So the first thing we have to do is to what? To color correct it, to color balance it. Because you can see that, you can see the background and the skin color of the person. Okay, the skin tone is the same, the skin color is the same. At least we should bring it a bit separate. We should separate it. Okay, there should be a difference. We should separate it a bit. We should separate the person, the skin color from the background a little bit, so that the focus can be on the person, the attention can be on the person. So this is how I'm going to color correct it, right? So and this is tutorial, so I'm not going to do a lot, but I'll still get to it. So let me just go ahead and do. Okay, so I can just go ahead and do, click on auto, my auto straight. This is what the auto is too much. It's too much. The auto is too much. So I have to reduce it. I have to reduce tweak it a little bit. Okay, I have to tweak it. My exposure down. It's still too much. My exposure is down. Okay, and drop the highlights more, a little bit more. I think the contrast is too much. Okay, so I'll just make it 7. Let me see. It's still contrasty, which is okay. It's not bad though. It's okay, but still it's looking okay. The contrast is out, the color is out, because if you look at it, this is before and this is after. This is before, after. So it's just one click, I just did the auto balancing, and this is what we get. But you still have to tweak it, because sometimes the auto balance, you click on auto and it will be too much. The contrast will be too much, the exposure will be too much. So you have to tweak it a little bit to get what you desire, what you want. So what do I have to do? Then I'll bring down the shadow small. The shadow, I'll bring it down a bit. But before I go ahead and tweak the various properties, okay, I'll still like to separate you can see that there's not much separate between the skin and the background. So I'll go ahead and I'll still go ahead and do some color balancing. And there are various ways you could do color balancing. You come to your white balance, you could do it various ways. You can say auto as short. If I click on auto, this is what I got. Okay, you can see, and then as short, this is it. This is how we shoot it as short, cloudy, daylight, blah 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 blah, flash, custom, etc. But this is the trick here. I prefer this method. So there are a lot of ways. I could just go ahead and bring the temperature down a bit and stuff like that, but I like to take it from this place. So I'll zoom out the eye. All right, then I'll go to my color. Okay, the color picker. Okay, so I'll click on it. Okay, then I'll come here. Okay, white balance. So I click on the color design picker. Okay, then I'll come here and I'll click on the eye. Eyes are normally gray. You know, when you're looking for white balance, you look between. It should be gray. It should be in between, like, you know, between black or white or something. So gray is I think it's a cool ground for that. To achieve that, when it comes to white balancing, you look for something that is gray. And eyes are normally gray. You know, the white in the eyes, they are not that white. They are gray. You know. So I come here and I'll click on it. Boom! You can see the difference. You can see it. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out for you to see. Okay, you can see before. This is what we have. This is before. Okay, before and after. After I use the picker, the color picker, to click on the eye. Okay, let me show you again before. Okay, undo. Then after I use the color picker and we get this. Very nice. This is so nice. Like, you know, you can see the person being separated from the background a little bit, and the original skin color of the person is retained over here. So this is cool. If I want to do more, I can still go ahead to add some few things to it. For instance, let me push the clarity to maybe 5, because I still want the clarity, the sharpness to be okay. Then add the vibrance is okay. I like it. Then I'll go to curves. Maybe I think I like it. I can just boost the middle tone small. Okay, I like it though. Then maybe I can come to red, and I'll add I'll go to the shadows and add, you know, drop it down a little bit, and the highlights, give it. Then I'll come to the blue. I can choose to add to it, or, you know. So what I'll do here is I think I like this. Okay, I like it, so I'll leave it here for now. Then I'll go to instead of messing around or tweaking the curves a lot, I'll just leave it there and come to my so let me see the details. The sharpening is okay, so let me hold Alt and C. Okay, to check the this thing, you have to hold Alt and let me see, push the sharpening. Okay, let's see. It's okay, it's sharp, it's quite sharp. I love it. So then I'll come to go from here. Let's go to the colors. I love the colors already, so I'm not going to do much there. If I want to do something about the color, perhaps I could just deal with the skin tone, so I could just reduce it or add to it. But I think over here I'll reduce it a bit. Then I'll go to the luminance of the skin tone, which is around the oranges. The skin color is around the and you know, give it a little bit of exposure. So I'll go to the orange. Okay, the orange color. Okay, and that is the luminance. Okay, the brightness of it, and brighten it a little bit. So I'll come here and brighten it a little bit, not too much, which is okay. So I love it. Now, unless we want to stylize it, then we have to go to the hue, but we don't need to stylize it. This, I just want you to see how the picture is, such like color balance it, then we go and do our frequency separation. So I'm even wasting time. We're supposed to be doing frequency separation, so this is okay. So now let me come to the optic. Okay, with the optics, you can just click on the remove chromatic aberration and use what? Profile correction. Good. You see, before, after. When I click on the profile correction, you can see, yeah, which is okay. Then we take off remove the chromatic aberration. So I'll remove a bit of purple or green color spill. So a bit of purple and green color spill, I'll remove them. Sometimes they can be there, you will not see it. They'll be hiding there, you will not see it. So I take them off. Then I can go ahead and stylize it, but like I said, I don't need to stylize it. I don't want to stylize any color here. We are not doing it. We are just doing a color, normal color grade, not the stylized type of color grading. So because this video itself is about it's about frequency separation, so we have to get right onto it. But let me do a bit of color. So let me come to the color grading. Okay, so let me take shadows. Let me push the shadows into the blues and add a bit of saturation to it. Okay, so okay, then let me come to the mid-tones and push it into the oranges and add a bit of saturation to it. Cool, I love it. Then I think it's okay. I'll leave the highlight just like that. So if I press, you can press Control, you can press P, okay, P, letter P on the keyboard to check your before and after. So if I press P, this is before and after. Before, you can see before is so flat. Okay, this is the original. The raw is so flat. You can't see. There's no contrast. The colors are not popping up and all of that. So now if I click on after, you can see before, this is before and this is after. You can see how the picture is popping. So now let's go into the Photoshop. So I'll come here and open it in Photoshop. Boom. All right, we are now in Photoshop. Now we are coming to do frequency separation. Okay, we are going ahead with frequency separation, right? The thing I'll do here is to just flatten my footage. Okay, I can flatten it or rasterize it. As you can see, it's in a smart layer. It's a smart layer over here, but we don't need it to be a smart layer. So I'll go ahead and either rasterize. You can right click and rasterize over here. Okay, or I'll just flatten it, flatten image. Then we go. All right, that is okay, that is dope. So let me go ahead and click it. Like I said, you either go to duplicate, let's say duplicate layer, okay, or you can do duplicate layer, or let me press Ctrl Z to undo, or you can just drag it and bring it here to where your plus sign is and you duplicate it. Okay, so that is how we do it. So let's go ahead and see what we got. We need to duplicate the background layer twice, and we've done once already, so let's go ahead and duplicate it again. Let's go ahead and duplicate it again. Okay, so now we have two background duplicated layers in addition to the original background, so we have 3 layers over there. Okay, let's select the second layer. Let's select the second background layer. Okay, we are going to select the second background layer. Okay, so let's select the same. We are going to blur that. All right, we have to blur it. So to blur it, let's just go to filter. Okay, so this is my filter. I click on filter and go to blur. Then I'll click on Gaussian blur. That is the first one. You can see over here I can minimize to see. All right, our radius, blur radius, the pixels over there is 10, which I think is too much, so we have to reduce it. So okay, so we have to reduce it. So I'll prefer to reduce it to somewhere around 6 or something that is cool for you, so that you can see. Let me see. I think it's okay. It shouldn't be too blurred. If it is too blurred, the image becomes too soft or something, or sometimes it doesn't come out well. So it shouldn't be. You should be able to see the image at least. So if I turn off the preview, you can see. Okay, so all right. So let's go ahead. What we actually need with the blur is to just see the skin texture. Okay, all we need is to see the skin texture in the blur. So the blur don't have to be that much. You don't have to. The blend don't have to be that much because all we need is a skin texture. So if you make the blend too much, it becomes a problem. So you keep it subtle, all right? And let it be just not too much, okay? So I think the 6 is okay for me, or I can still, perhaps I could still make it 5. So let me go ahead and make it 5. Okay, so I'll leave my blend on 5. Yeah, that's it. So let's go ahead and click on OK. I'm going to click on OK. Now you can see the image that is blurred simply because our topmost layer, our third layer, okay, the visibility over there is not off. So let's turn its visibility off. Okay, the layer visibility, let's turn it off. So now you can see. Okay, first it was like this, so you can, but now you can see. So it's off, now you can see. So that is our second layer that we blur. We use the Gaussian blur on, and you can see it. Okay. So back to high frequency. So let's go to apply image, and your offset is 128. Okay, so the layer is very important. Like I said, if you don't select the layer well, if you don't do the selection well over there, you mess it up. So the low frequency is okay. Then the blending mode, we make it subtract. Okay, we click OK. So now we have, you see what we have, and change the blending mode for our high frequency layer to linear light. So linear light. So now let's go ahead and select the high frequency and the low frequency and group them. Let's group them in. Okay, so let's group them and name it what? Frequency, FS. Okay, we can make it FS, which is frequency separation. So FS. So now let's open it and see what we have. So when you turn its visibility off, you see that. So when we come into it, you can see it. All right, this is the FS. Okay. So this is what we're going to do here. Straight away, let's start with our low frequency. Okay, let's start with our low frequency layer. All right, so let me zoom my image out. So this is what we do. We are going to work on the low frequency layer, not the high frequency. The high frequency is going to be intact. So let me try and see. Oh, let me do the first one and see. So let me use the forehead of the person. So let's see. Okay, so let me do this. As you can see, I'm trying to. All right, so this is it. So let me add a Gaussian blur to it. We add a Gaussian blur to it. So let me add a Gaussian blur to it and see. But before I add the Gaussian blur to it, I'll have to check and see if whether I have I add some feather, okay, you know, I add some feather to my selection. So let me first check. You see where the key, you come to quick mask mode. Here is the quick mask mode. You see the cursor, you come to the quick mask mode and click on it. Okay, so we can see our feather over here. At least make it 5 pixels. Okay, you need to feather the selection. Okay, max. Okay, you need to feather the selection, because if you don't, your Gaussian blur is gonna the edges are gonna be shown. But we need the effect, okay, the smooth effect to blend into the skin, or to the skin, the image. So in order to do that successfully, we need to blur add blur or feather we see that it's being feathered, the edges are feathered. And if you come here, you can see feather over here. Okay, I make it at least 5. So let me take it out. Okay, you just click on it to see if it is not feather, the edit in max mode. Okay, so you come out of it. Like I said, if the blur, you haven't blurred it, if you want to check that the blur is not there, is 0, just you can right click inside the selection like this and say feather and click on feather. Then you can add maybe 5 or any 4 or something. Okay, then you click OK, then you see you feather it. So if you come to the editing, you come to the mode, or you can just hit letter Q, you say it. Okay, after you just hit letter Q to come out of it. Okay, so now let's see what we have. So with our image selected, normally what I'll do is to select the various parts before going to Gaussian blur to add Gaussian blur to it. But I want to start with here, with the forehead. Okay, I want to start with the forehead. Okay, so let me go to Gaussian blur, let me say Gaussian blur. You can see it's blurred out, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to make the Gaussian blur. Probably let me make it 7 or 8. You can see it. If you watch carefully, you can see. Okay, if you watch carefully, you can see. Okay, you can see. Oh, let me zoom for you to see. Let me zoom out more. Okay, let me zoom out more for you to see. So go to blur and click on what, or you can see. All right, so it's 5. The radius is our Gaussian blur radius is 5. Okay, but if you see it's blurred. If you go to preview, you can see, but it's not showing that much. So let's increase our radius. So radius I increase it to 9. You can make it 10 depending on what you want. You can see. So if I click, you can see over here. So I'll make it 10 or 11. So let's say it's cool for me. So I'll click OK. Okay, so if I zoom out, you can see how it's taking shape or form. So this is what I'll do right now, is to go ahead and select the other part of the image. Other parts of the image. Select it. Alright, that is how I like to do it. Everybody with the way they want to do it. This is my style. I love it. It works for me. So yeah. So come here. Select it. Okay, select it. Take your time and select it properly. Okay. You see? We're making a progress. Good. So let me select this one in addition. Okay. Alright, it's cool. I can add this side to it. Okay. Now I'm good. Okay. So let me go to blur and Gaussian blur. You see it? Alright. Before, after. Preview, you can see. So cool. Then I'll click on OK. Okay, deselect it. Come to, so far so good. Come to, this is a simple way of frequency separation. Come to the neck, select that place, and follow the same process. Gaussian blur, click on it. Okay. There's a big change. Now this is so beautiful. This is cool. So this is frequency separation. At least this is the original. Okay, before, after, before, after. Let me zoom out for you to see. This is before. Okay, this is after. Before, after. You don't have to do frequency separation. It shouldn't be too much, so that the image will be so smooth, too extra. No. It should be just subtle, something simple, so that you can preserve the textures of the skin. The textures of the skin. We need to preserve the textures of the skin. So, like I said, before, after, before, after. This is great. So I love it. So you can see how taking it up. Just take it off. Those few blemishes or spot, you take it off. Take it up, take it up. Take it off. Let's go to hue saturation. Click on hue saturation. Then let's go to hue saturation. So this is what we do. Hue saturation. Let desaturate. Let's take off all the saturation. Okay. Alright. So everything will be white. Okay. Black and white. So everything will be white. You can see the how do they call it? The teeth being white. The eye white. So, but we want to apply that to only the eye or the teeth. So what do we do? Let's go ahead. Let's go into the layer mask, okay, and hit Control I. So Control I to invert it. Now let's pick our brush tool to go and clean the teeth or the eye. So let's take our brush tool and let's make it soft. It should be soft. So our brush tool. Let's decrease the size. Let's zoom out. Decrease the size. Okay, decrease the size. You see, it's not picking simply because of the foreground and the background color. So let's just toggle it. Foreground, background, or you can press Ctrl X or D to toggle it between the black and white. So let's toggle it, and now let's come and just okay. It's still not picking. Might be. Oh, sorry. The flow is so down. So let me increase it to 100. The flow. Okay. So now let me toggle it back. I think I'm confused here, but yeah, okay, this is it. So let's toggle it back. The back with the foreground white. Let's toggle it back. And my flow was 2. Okay, it was around 2%. That was the reason why. But now it's cool. So my flow and your flow. Make sure you have your flow and the opacity being 100. So after that, you can decrease the opacity with the layer mask. You can drop the layer mask opacity. So okay, you can see before, after, you can see all that red color spill into the eye is gone. Okay, you can try to clean the. You can do separate layers for the teeth too, but this one I'm gonna use only one and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll come back and correct it and fix it. So you don't have to make the teeth or the eye too white. Let's say become fake, okay, to look fake. So you don't want that. So after After cleaning it, we will go to the layer and drop it, and drop the opacity for it. We go to each layer and drop the opacity for it. Okay, so you see, so this is, let's click before, after, before, after. You can see before, after. You can see the teeth. Look at the teeth. Look at the teeth. Before, after. Yeah, much better, huh? Much better. And the eye too. So this is what we do. You see. So let's go. Let's drop it a bit. Let's make it around 70, so that it wouldn't be too white. Okay. So I think I'm okay. Make it like this, it's okay. 60 is okay for me. So this is it. This is great. This is looking great. But to finalize it, I'm going to into the portraiture and add portraiture to it. To finalize it, I can do it. You can leave it like this and you are good to go. You can choose to, if you have the portraiture and you want to add it to it, fair enough. It's cool. It will only add this to it. Apart from that, nothing else. So let me go ahead and so let's go ahead and just group all. Like I said, we are done with the frequency separation, but we can add something to it to make it more, you know. So let me just go ahead and flatten all of them. Flat image. So I flatten all. Okay. So now let me come here. Okay, let me go to, or let me come here. All right, let me come here. Let me go to the Imaginomic. If you have the Imaginomic portraiture, it's a very nice thing. You can get it. If you don't have it, just get it. It's cool sometimes, you know. You never know. It's cool. So you can see the Imaginomic. You can see. Add. When you add it to it, it gives it more life, you know. It gives it more life. So add to it, then we just click. I love to make it, because I've already done the frequency separation, I like to leave it on normal, so I make it normal. Boom, and here we go. There we go. So, and if it is too much, you just reduce it. If it's too much, you just reduce it. Okay, because we already done frequency separation, we are only adding more softness to it to make it stand out. So this is it. So you can see it's looking so dope. Everything here is solid, very solid, very solid. So you can see this is it. All right. So thank you so much. If you see the before and after, you can see the difference. Okay, when you see the before and after, you see the big difference. Okay, so we can see. So here we go. This is after, right? And this is before. After. Before. After. Before. After. So you can see the difference. So big. All right. This is thank you so much. God bless you. If you have made it this far with me, God bless you. Thank you so much. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. If there's any question you want to ask, just drop it in the comment section. I'll read it out and I'll come back and whatever it is, I'll address it. Like I said, this is I'm just starting out with this YouTube whole thing, and you have to encourage me with your subscriptions and notifications to hit it, subscribe, comment, so that I'll be, you know, I'll be able to be encouraged, inspired to come and do more stuff like this. So thank you. See ya. Bye.